Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Bobby, and I like to talk, and this is Geek Talks with Bobby. I'm here with my good friend, TheDesignWarrior.
That's me.
And today we're going to talk about why Korra from Legend of Korra sucks.
Yeah, the worst avatar ever.
Sucks.
This is true.
Terrible.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Miserable.
Let's jump right into it. Let's do it. Before we go any further, I just want to make it very clear. We know that what we're saying is kind of controversial,
Absolutely.
because everyone's kind of trained to think that she's awesome because she's the protagonist of the show. I want to make it clear, we think the show is awesome.
Absolutely. That's a great point.
Yeah.
I actually like the show a lot, and I was very hesitant to watch it because she sucked so much. And upon your you pushed me a little bit to watch it, and I said, you know what, I'll give it a shot. And it was tough. But once you get past how bad she sucks, the rest of the show is quite enjoyable.
I mean, you want to start us off as to why she sucks?
Well, there are several reasons, and honestly, this video wouldn't be long enough to contain the amount of reasons why she's miserable. Worst avatar ever. Yeah. But I'll start with one. Korra never finishes anything.
Cool, I like that one.
Yeah, that's the best way that I can say it. She starts and never finishes, and then what she does is she says, I'll figure it out later.
Wow, okay, so we're gonna list these, because I like that. That's like,
that's number one.
That's number one right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She starts and never finishes.
She doesn't finish.
That's one. What would you say is number two?
This is my ultimate number two. She's never actually won a fight. Which, it sounds crazy, right? It's like it's a crazy point.
Great number two.
Because what happens is she's, if you notice, she's had 4 antagonists. So you had the first one, Amon, who was awesome. You had Unalaq, who was her uncle, the water-bending avatar dude.
Was probably the best.
Oh, he's really dope. But even you had Zahir and Kuvira, because the villains were superb. I gotta give it to the villains, because a lot of people didn't even like the second season villain, but I mean, he had some stuff going for him too. My issue was, if you go back to all of those fights, Amon, she didn't beat Amon. She just exposed him and then he left. But if he wanted to end her, he could have ended her.
Yeah, absolutely.
He took her bending. Second villain, Unalaq. She wouldn't have beat Unalaq if Janora, Tenzin's daughter, didn't come in and
magically appear and save the world. Yeah.
Deus Ex Machina. There was no. Anyway.
Was there ever an explanation for that, by the way?
Spirit feelings. I imagine that was what it was.
Probably what it was. Third
Zahir, who, oh my gosh, Zahir, like, he basically killed her.
He was a beast.
He killed her. He learned to fly. He was the Neo of the Avatar world. And
that is a great analogy.
He was gonna fly away with her, and the only reason that he didn't fly away with her is because, like, it took like 40 airbenders to bring him down, and then Sue and her sister, like, trapped him in earthbending.
Exactly.
And then 4th season, Kuvira, I don't even know what to say about that. Kuvira beat her up, like that fight where she could have ended the war.
Oh my gosh.
And then even like afterwards,
that was embarrassing.
It was totally embarrassing. I feel like they never gave me an opportunity to really feel like Korra is a hero for her to fall from grace. When the beginning of the 4th season happened, where she was going through all that, she wasn't really that strong. She wasn't that powerful anymore. Yeah. I don't remember when she was that strong and that powerful before, because you didn't give me that character.
You didn't even give it to me. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I didn't even have a chance to sort of feel that sympathy or go through that moment where you're there with her, like you're suffering with her, because she was at this height of power, and she's fallen. No, she was always a loser.
She was always a loser. And the third thing for me was that she has a record of just never listening to the person she's supposed to listen to. Oh. And that's because of her hothead personality.
That was actually going to be mine.
See, we're here. We're here. Third point is her hothead personality.
Yes.
It's okay to be a hothead. It's okay to be that person who's like, very stubborn. We got that with Toph, for example, who like does her own thing, is a strong-willed girl. But it didn't result in catastrophe, and it just it's plain and simple. Where Tenzin would tell her, "Don't confront the equalist."
Yeah.
Amon takes the bending.
No. I'm confronting the equalist because this is
the Avatar. It's my responsibility.
And then she gets whooped out, right?
Yeah.
No, her father tells her, don't open the portal.
Don't listen to your uncle.
Don't listen. No,
my uncle said it's okay.
And you figured she was gonna do some growing up between season 1 and 2. That's what you felt like. Wow, she's gonna grow up. She's not the same person.
Yeah.
And throughout all 4 seasons, she did very little growth. There was very little growth. Pretty much the same mistakes over and over. Like we said, the second season, don't open the portal. No, portal's gonna be open. And to go back to that first point, well, what are we gonna do now the portal's open? We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But she never did. I mean, season 4, hey, the spirit vines are growing. And then she tries that whole thing that she learned from Unalaq.
Yeah.
And she tries to, and then it instead of the spirit vines going away, they erupt even further. And then, the president says, okay, what are we gonna do? She's like, I don't know. I gotta go get airbenders right now. It's like, sorry guys, you're just gonna have to get used to it.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
I totally forgot about that.
Exactly. That's like that goes back to the first point, even in the fact that she never finishes anything because you open the spirit portals. It's now your responsibility to either close them or find a way to make humans and spirits coexist. And if you are that bridge, it's your responsibility. You can't just say, oh well, spirit vine, you're just gonna have to get used to it.
Yeah.
If my memory serves correct, I don't think she ever got rid of them.
No, they were there till the end of the series. In fact, that was a huge point where not only that, but a spirit portal opened in the middle of Republic City.
Yeah.
Right in the center. And I mean, that might have been a nice way to go out, but the fact is it wasn't intentional. And that's the thing that kind of bothers me, where I feel like there's so much that she was very lucky, Avatar, I think it was.
Yeah.
Even the end of season 1, where Aang gives her back her bending. It's not something that really is so easily explained. It doesn't make so much sense because I understand that an Avatar has past lives that can help them. Aang was helped by Roku. But the first season when she got her bending back from Aang, he was kind of like tangible and he kind of just did it to her and then she was able to do it to other people. But I feel like, what? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I remember Aang having to go to the spirit world to talk to Roku in like
that's another thing. I would think that would be, could that be the fourth point? Her stubbornness? Or was that's kind of
ties into the third one, but are you
her
talking
stubbornness to learn? Like, Tenzin is like, hey, you need to connect more with your spirit world. It's like, spirit schmerit, I've got firebending. Let's talk about.
Maybe that could be the fourth. Her choice of
element. She's from the Water Tribe,
right?
And the very first thing she does every single time is firebending. I mean, I could think of a specific situation when this was season 3, when Zahir is going to attack her inside of the city of Suyen's
that metal bending
clan place. Yeah, whatever.
You'll correct us in the comments.
Exactly. So they break in, and then the lady who's doing the water bending, she slices into the glass, and then they shoot the darts to her bear dog.
Yeah, polar bear dog.
Boom, knocks him out. And she's unawares, she's knocked out. And then they throw darts at her, and the very first thing she goes is, and she throws fire. And then the darts hit her, and then she's rendered paralyzed, right? So I thought to myself, seriously. I mean, I literally had to pause, and I just stood up in frustration.
Yeah.
Because if she just threw water, it would have caught it. If she blew air, it would have pushed it away. If she pulled earth, it would have stopped it. Anything, absolutely anything else would have done the job.
Yeah.
Instead, her instinct is to go for fire, which I never understood. She throws fire, and then it's like the darts hit her,
and
she's taken captive.
Who rescues her? I think
that's a great point.
That's because that's number 4, right? That her stubbornness to learn. And I guess progress also in bending, because the number 5 for me would be her incessant need for rescue.
Yes,
because we all need rescue sometimes. That's what teamwork's about. But like it's a recurring
theme. Split. I mean, she was useless And honestly, if there was no one to rescue her at that moment, it would have been over. It was like she didn't even put up a not even a tiny bit, not even a sliver of a fight. It was unbelievable.
And it's crazy to see where, and I know that we come across as bashing Korra
and venting a little bit.
I guess, but I think what it is you didn't give us a strong protagonist to kind of get behind. I feel like that's what it came down to. I know everyone has their own opinions about it, but what we've laid out and other things too. I mean, like we said, we don't have enough time for the whole shebang. But I think we did 5
points.
Right?
That's actually
5 points
of why Korra is the worst.
Yeah, so it's just like I think that
if I could just add a 6, just real quick.
This is the bonus point.
This is the bonus one.
Okay.
She cut off all the other avatars. I don't know how that wasn't number 1.
I don't like even to think about it. Like, that's probably why we didn't even bring it up. I kind of don't like to think about it.
It's something that blows my mind. As stupid as you are, as unwilling as you to learn as you are, as stubborn as you are, unwilling to connect to the spirit world and all of that spirit.
Just wipe them clean.
Just wipe them clean. Like, have the first avatar.
Who, like, what?
And then decide to give her the honor of the first metal bending avatar.
They had to give her something. They had to give her something. I think that's what happened. I think they had to give her something because why not give her a talent? Because the fact is, she doesn't develop skill.
No.
She just, because I was waiting for, what I loved about the original series was the progression with bending. We're living in a world where people have the ability to manipulate the elements. Bolin learned how to lava bend.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Like Mako knew how to
process in which he did it.
Exactly.
Was phenomenal.
Where he didn't have the aptitude for metal bending, but then he was able to do something that even less people could do, which is lava bend.
Exactly.
She says, "Oh, hey, look, I can metal bend." How many times did she use it to save herself, by the way?
Never.
The fight scenes with everyone were just like awesome, like well put together, believable.
Yeah,
believable too, because I feel like if in the end, if I'm watching a fight with the Avatar, it shouldn't look like a fight with any other regular bender. Like when I watch fights with her, it looked like a fight with any other like amateur firebender.
Yeah.
I'm talking as if like I see those fights all the time. Like, I was just watching that down the street. These 2 firebenders at the train station were just like, "That's my seat." Exactly. But that's what it looked like to me. I mean, the character sucks. Legend of Korra is cool, and oh my gosh, I really just look at it and I wish that she had more of an Asami character. I feel like everyone else had character development. Even in the show, they had like 3 years progression. They fast forward 3 years, everyone kind of became that much more of a mature character.
Absolutely.
They found what it is that they wanted, and I feel like with her, she was the same character from 16 to 19 years of age, and from the first season to the end of the season, kind of just whoopie-doo fell into things and just caused more problems than she actually solved.
Exactly.
So that's
a great point.
That's probably point number 7.
Yes.
I mean, we can go on, but we're gonna be done. But just I mean, keep that in mind, guys. Let us know though how you feel about Legend of Korra, how you feel about the character. If you feel that she was a good avatar, terrible avatar, do you agree with us? Do you think that we're full of it? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much, Mr. Design Warrior, for coming through Geek Talks with Bobby. Guys, check out his channel. Look him up. Follow him on Instagram. Design Warrior, for a reason. This guy is an expert artist, so check out his stuff.
I do what I does.
Yeah.
What can I say?
And he does it so well. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe. Much appreciated, and see you in the next one.